Welcome to Insights into Insurance from the A-Team at Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.
It's a Saturday morning, and that means it's time for Insights into Insurance with Americana Insurance here on 1450 KATE. Mike Weddis along with you, and via the phone line, Tom Sorensen on this Saturday morning. Good morning to you, Tom.
Hey, good morning, Mike. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. You have had a busy week, and let's let our listeners know where you're actually at and what you're doing.
Yeah, it's kind of like, where's Waldo? Where's the insurance guy Tom at this week? Yeah. So anyway, I'm actually down south, not like real south,
far.
but down south of Albert Lea in Des Moines, Iowa this week. I'm actually down at the Nationwide. It's the one of the headquarters of Nationwide Ag, and many people don't know this, but Nationwide is the largest ag, and when I say ag, it's AG, not EGG.
Yeah.
Ag writer in the United States. I know that a lot of people think of Peyton Manning and Brad Paisley and all those. They think of like home and auto and motorhome, things like that. Well, actually, Nationwide is the number one writer in the U.S. on farms.
And let's be clear, Tom, that you're not actually down there interviewing for a jingle. They haven't asked you to do the jingle yet, but they invited you.
Yeah, they have asked me to sing along with Brad Paisley, but
okay.
I didn't want to make him look bad.
Oh,
so,
gotcha.
So I thought I would just decline that offer. But
you were actually invited to be on the Nationwide Ag Farm Advisory Council. Quite an honor.
It really is, and it's the first one that they've ever had. So, which is actually kind of surprising how big Nationwide Ag is. They've never had a farm advisory council for their agents, which I've been on many of them for other companies, but Nationwide has never had one for their farm advisory council. So I guess what I was going to try to talk about and tell people today is, so what do we do? I'm guessing the misconception out there is that we get together as agents and company people and we drink beer and play golf, right?
Have a big party.
Have a big party. Yep. Well, this week I can tell you, I'm not going to say that there's never been a beer drink, but there's not been a golf ball hit. So, but anyway, so the day actually started. Actually, I think it was 3 days ago. Actually, the first part of the meeting was we met 3 nights ago at about 5 p.m. at Nationwide, and then we, as the advisory board, which there is 27 of us, okay, out of all of the whole United States, there's 27 of us that get together, and we met and went out for supper, so kind of like, hey, who are you, where are you from, things like that, and it's pretty neat because out of those 27 agents, there's a lot of different dialects and a lot of different things that people wear. I mean, I had guys that came in that had nice cowboy hats, cowboy boots, big belt buckles. They're the ranch riders, right. And then you got California people, and then you got East Coast people, Southern people, Texas, Minnesota. It's really it's really neat meeting those people and talking to them and what type of farms that they write.
And one of probably the main focuses, Tom, is as this advisory council is put together, quite a privilege for you with Americana Insurance be invited to be on this council. Let's talk a little bit about what is the discussion been and what does Nationwide want to hear from the advisory council? Right.
So after that night, we actually get up and we start our meeting the next morning at 7 a.m. So that's basically when we start the advisory council. And so we start out and when we hear the top 4 heads of Nationwide Ag discuss what they are doing and how the company itself is doing. Okay, what are their challenges? What are they doing well in? And, let's put it this way, there's no secrets held to us advisory council. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so if they're struggling in an area, they're going to tell us about it and say, hey, agents, help us out, think of ideas, things like that. If they want other discussion on, hey, we're doing really well in this, can we even do better? Things like that.
And it's really, Tom, it's a sounding board, this council, so that Nationwide can not only help their customers, but help the agents involved that are out selling that product as well.
Absolutely. What you can actually probably look at it as an advisory council board like this is almost like if it was your councilman or your representative for the state senate. You know what I'm saying is they're your voice for you. Well, we're the voice for all the agents throughout the United States.
We're visiting with. I'll just
go ahead, Mike.
Interrupt you there for a second, Tom. For folks that maybe not realizing, yes, Tom is on the road down in Des Moines, Iowa, on our Insights into Insurance program on this Saturday morning. And Tom, the thing that's very, I think, unique on these advisory councils, and as you mentioned, it could be with like a city council or a county commissioner board. They have different councils that they want to hear from those agents, and you've also had some breakout sessions where you've actually hit some of the topics in different groups.
Right. So what they try to do is they try to break out what are they going to discuss for the day. Okay, so we had the advisory council meeting. It was basically one day. So what we ended up doing is us 27 advisory board members broke up into 3 groups. One was underwriting, one was product development, and one was sales. So I was actually in the underwriting one. So the underwriting is their challenges that they're having. Where are they performing well? Where are they performing not so well? And then product development is the people that actually develop products and develop the contract language and things like that. And then sales is what can we do as Nationwide to help you to get the word out and to help you sell more business. And so, example, like in the underwriting, the one that I was in, we discussed many, many things, but a lot of people don't maybe know. So their umbrella and their business auto is the worst performing business. So like the farm auto, the guys that drive semi-trucks, grain trucks, things like that out on the road, and then the umbrella that, people purchased to put over that, they are, example, the umbrella is at 130% loss ratio, okay? Well, that means that they're paying out 30% more than they're taking in. You know what I'm saying? And the business auto, I think, is even worse than that, the farm auto. So, so then they ask, hey, how can we make this better? It's not all about, we're just going to slap a bunch of rates on it. You know what I'm saying?
Raise your premiums and everything else.
Right.
It's more of a constructive business.
Yes. So after those 3 breakout sessions, we actually get together after those sessions as a whole group, and each group gives a report on what they discussed and what the agents gave ideas, where was the challenges, things like that.
We're visiting with Tom Sorensen with Americana Insurance on our Saturday edition of Insights into Insurance. Tom, let's take our first break and let's talk more about you're in Des Moines, Iowa, and of course a privilege to be part of the nationwide Ag Farm Advisory Council. We'll take our first break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about what is taking place down in Des Moines, Iowa this past week as our Insights into Insurance program here on 1450 KATE continues right after this.
You got a side that wants more space, 'cause every day starts like a race. You got a side that loves that style, but to fit in those shoes gonna take a while. Today life's got you running, tomorrow big things are coming. Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
To learn more about how Nationwide can help protect your many sides, call Americana Insurance Group in Albert Lea and Wells.
Welcome back to our Insights into Insurance program here on 1450 KATE. Tom Sorensen, as we've talked about, is in Des Moines, Iowa, part of a very special group of individuals on the Nationwide Ag Farm Advisory Council. And Tom, we were talking a little bit about the breakout sessions. Let's kind of wrap up that discussion on how those breakout sessions took place.
Absolutely, yeah. As I discussed, and we all went into our separate directions with three different breakout sessions, and then we got together after those breakout sessions as a whole group, and then we really discussed them further. And we had, we got the president of Nationwide Ag sitting right there, Brad Liggett, and then the VP, Dirk Pillett, is also part of that discussion. So whatever we say, they hear. And what's really nice is Brad Liggett is really he's in the idea business, man. He's just taking it in, and man, he loves it. He comes up with these ideas, and he'll be the first one. He says, "I have no idea if these things can be done, but let's talk about them and see if they can be." You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, so it's like really taking an idea, throw it against the wall, and see if it actually works or not. So that is fantastic.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what's you're so reliant on computer and IT people nowadays. Okay, well, guys like Brad or even myself, okay, I love coming up with ideas and say, God, I wish we could do this. But the thing is sometimes it just can't be done because of IT, computer systems. But at least we thought about it and maybe give the idea to IT, and maybe they can try to come up with something in the future. But so then after that, advisory council gets done so we were at 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. We ended up going to a welcome reception for the 121 elite certified agencies or agents. And then they integrate us, the Farm Advisory Council, in with those agents in one room, and we sit down, and again, we meet each other again. Lots of different people from all over the United States come in, and actually our agency is also part of those 121 agencies. So you think of all the thousands and thousands of agencies across the United States with Nationwide. Our agency and these other 120 agencies are part of this group. So pretty neat thing. And then then the next day we again start at 7 a.m. And with the elite certified agencies and the Farm Advisory Council, we ended up having a bunch of speakers talk. And one of them first one was a 2-hour speaker on just the status of agriculture. Mike Pearson of Ag Weekly was the one that talked there. And then actually, I was the only agent out of the whole group that I actually did a presentation on drone technology. Our agency was a test pilot agency for Nationwide. They're looking at doing some things with drone technology. They're actually partnering with a company to do this, and it can do some really neat things. And so I did some presentation on that, and what I thought was really good about it, what I thought maybe could be improved or maybe taken out of it. So.
And Tom, not only you being on the first Nationwide Ag Farm Advisory Council, but Let's talk a little bit. Why so much attention to Americana Insurance and others out there selling the nationwide ag stuff?
Yeah, why do we get invited to Des Moines, basically, all the people? Out of those 121 agents, we write up 30% of all nationwide ag business. Okay? Again, there's thousands of agencies out there, but we are the 121 agencies that are elite write up 30% of the business. That's a pretty good chunk. So that's why we get called down there, and they want to hear what we got to say.
And that's really a great thing, because a lot of times as business owners, you may have someone higher up and they run with the flow. They don't listen to the folks that have boots on the ground, so to speak. But this is a great step for Nationwide to put together this Ag Farm Advisory Council and hear from the agents. Well,
and the main key to this is how can we make a product that much better for the customer, the consumer of the product. So it's not about making sure we get treated okay or that Nationwide is okay. It's making sure that the customer is okay, too. That's the main goal out of this whole thing.
That's Tom Sorensen with Americana Insurance. And, of course, Tom, as you get back to the office the first part of the week here, they can always give you a call at Americana Insurance.
Absolutely, 507-377-2000, and they can email me any questions or anything at insights@americanainsurance.com. And then our website is americanainsurance.com. Also, hey, Mike, I also want to let our farm customers know that by Wednesday, October 3rd, they need to get in their order for our farmer lunch delivery that is going to be on Wednesday, October 10th. So, again, we usually every year about 450 to 500 lunches are delivered to our farmers all in one day.
Fantastic. October 3rd is the deadline, so give Americana Insurance a call, and you'll get on the schedule to get a little lunch. And as always, farmers have started in the field, so they need to be safe and look out for that farmer that may be going a little bit slower on the road with the combine. Tom, as always,
please be safe.
Be safe down in Des Moines. We'll look forward to visiting next Saturday as well on our Insights into Insurance program.
All right. Hopefully I won't come home with a, southern drawl.
Let's hope not. Or a cowboy hat or a big belt buckle.
I don't want that either. All right. Thanks, Mike.
All right. That's Tom Sorensen with Americana Insurance on our Saturday edition of Insights into Insurance.
You've been listening to Insights into Insurance from the Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.